Alright, so welcome back. We're going to finish up this channels tab. We just finished discussing the channel 12 slider. Channel 13 is a bit different, and that is our energy mode. It's a little bit special. So if I hit energy mode, what I expect is this to hit 78, which it does. And that means that our new desired temperature for the room is 78 degrees Fahrenheit. This is, say, so this is a model home. So imagine if you wanted to leave your home for an extended amount of time and you didn't want it to be cooled to like 68, however cold you have it in your home. So you can increase the set point temperature so you don't have to necessarily turn it off, but you are saving energy by keeping the room inside a little bit hotter than usual. So that is what happens when you press this button. So let's see how we do this. So we have our energy mode 0 or 1, and that's pretty simple. Whether it's a 0 or 1, we enter into this if statement or into this if statement. Wow, I completely changed that. Okay, so here, actually, this should be 0 because I forgot to change that, but now luckily we've been able to catch that. So here, if energy mode was 0, then that means that we are coming out of energy mode 1. So the best way I can explain it is, say if this is a 1, so we'll enter into this function. Operating temperature is what the current room temperature value will be. So okay, so say we are at 63, right? So say room temperature was at 63, but once we press 1 here on this dashboard, so imagine if this was 63, but once we press this, if you remember, it kind of increased to 78. So what happens is this value gets stored into a kind of a local holding position, and 63 gets stored here. So operating temp is 63, which was your original set point, and now we equal 78 to the room temp, and we are publishing the room temp 78, which is why we got that value to increase pretty quickly. Oh, wrong button. Okay, so once this now becomes 0, oh, and since energy mode is 1, if you go to other places in the code like your motion, you'll see here, so if energy mode is 1, so now energy mode is a global variable, so it does other things like setting a timer or disabling a timer depending if energy mode is 0. So if energy mode is 0, we want the timer to stop, and we equal our original desired set temperature back to the room temperature, and it will update back to its original set point. So if I click this again, we should see this change to, what was it earlier? Let's see. So 73 was its original set point. So now you can see now it's too hot, whereas 78, maybe if you caught it, let's see. So 78, it's not necessarily 2 degrees above 76, but you can see that the hot indicator came off. And that is the energy mode. If you want to take a break, we just kind of went a bit into detail, but let's go ahead and continue pushing on. So channel 14, setting the temperature set point. Okay, so this is pretty important. So if energy mode is 0, that means that if we are, okay, so let's just go into this. So let's ignore this for now, but essentially mostly what we do is if we enter into this function, so if we increase temperature 74 now, all we did was when we press this button, channel 14, we go into this channel automatically, this line of code, and we increase the room temperature, and we update that to here. So now the new operating temperature is 73, and now the storage for the room temperature is 73. However, if energy mode was 1, we don't want to be increasing the temperature because it was set to energy save mode. So if I click energy save mode, our set point increases to 78, but if I press increase, you can see that it doesn't change at all. Maybe if I just wait a bit, okay, no, so see, nothing changed. If I try increase again, so nothing changed. So that's just kind of a safety function that doesn't increase the temperature. Once you've set it to energy mode, you have to take it off, and see it's already updated back to 74. Okay, so let's see, we got a couple more, but we can skip some of them because we go into them already. See, this one's just pretty much a copy of this one. The only difference is room temperature gets decreased. Literally the exact same, except the adder and the subtractor. Here is heat lamp, but we don't have heat lamp, so this channel is not used. You can go here, find 16 all you want. You're not going to find it there. We have more window blinds. Pretty much is the exact same thing. We have our multiplier multiplying times the analog position, and that sets the window blinds up or down. Now the lighting is a bit difficult, but we'll go ahead and get into that in the next video because I want to take a break. Cool.